I'm going to do, let me get my little timer going, not the stopwatch, 30 minutes. That's what we're doing, right?
30 minutes.
All right, my friends.
So I'm about to start my 30 minutes reading from Diana, the Tequila Healer. And she's got tarot cards. She's a medium.
Oracle cards.
Oracle cards, a medium, and psychic.
Okay. All right. All right. So you're getting ready to go through another change. It's on the horizon, and I feel like you have been trying to stop it and stop it and stop it. You're not spending enough time connecting to yourself. Because I think that if you spent just a few minutes connecting with you, going into who am I now? I think that one of the things that you have missed is you don't really know who you are now. You're still trying to walk in a walk of who you were before. And that's not, so it's kind of like you're walking in heels that are way too high. So you're stumbling a little bit.
Okay.
That can all be corrected if you just like tune into, okay, who am I now? Maybe I don't like those same things anymore.
Definitely.
But you're still doing them. And you got to stop it. I know that you think that you're doing it for a reason. Stop it. Stop. This delusion card, what the card says to me is not that you're delusional. It means exactly what I just said. You're trying to live on a path that's like Spirit's trying to veer you this way, and you're still trying to go straight. Okay, so you've got a path change coming up. I don't think it is drastic. It's not like you're going to be moving houses. I don't feel like it's that.
Okay.
I feel like this is more of a spiritual journey that it's more internal than external.
Okay.
I don't see anything happening here. I do see an increase in pay. Whatever is, I see a spike. So I don't know what is happening with that, but there's definitely a spike that's going on here. Okay. All right. The other thing that Spirit is really trying to get you to remember, staying in this moment.
Yeah, the present moment.
Right. You are always like doing
Yes.
of planning of what you've got. Either you're not writing it down well enough, or you're not, and so you're trying to keep it all in your head instead of putting it on paper and then following the direction of the paper.
Yeah.
It's causing you some issue.
Okay.
It's causing you some issue. I feel like when you came here, you're looking for love life stuff. You want some information on the love life.
Oh, with you? Or when I came where?
When you came here to me.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Love life stuff.
I feel like after you figure out what you like now, it's kind of like you've never tried filet mignon, so you don't know if you like it or not. You've got to start like testing other things before your love life is going to be different.
Okay.
Because it's not where you want it to be. And I feel like you kind of like pretend like you're okay, and it's, you know, that's a facade, because you're like, you're not okay. You're lonely. And
yeah, I really do struggle with, I'm learning to enjoy my own company. But I've recognized that that's hard for me.
Right. What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer at the very end of Cancer, and a rising.
Yeah, Cancers are kind of needy.
Yeah.
Cancers are needy.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: a typical Cancer, they typically hop back. You know, they go from one relationship to another without fully processing the end of the one. And
yes,
I feel like you're kind of in that desert period where you're like, where's the next one? Where's the next one? And Spirit's not bringing you that next one specifically because you need to go in and start re-examining. What do I like now? Who am I now? What is it that I want going forward? Okay?
Yeah.
Has your mother passed? Because I've got a mother coming through. Now, when I see mother, when I see that, it's the person who played that role. Could be grandmother. It could have been your best friend's mom. But I'm getting a mother figure who's coming through. She would have passed stomach, something in the stomach. Who? Don't worry about the mother part. Who passed with the stomach? So I'm getting it up high. So when I get it here in the diaphragm, it can either be the lungs or the stomach, but I'm getting pain, and I'm getting the pain that I would feel with cancer. So who had that cancer?
So my grandmother had colon cancer.
Okay.
However, my daughter died with a missing esophagus.
Okay. So she's calling you mother.
Yeah.
So she's calling you mother. Okay. Oh, okay. She almost feels older than you. How old was she? Was she 3? What's the number 3 around her? What's the number 3 around her? I keep getting 3. What's the number 3?
She passed on May 30th.
Okay.
But she was stillborn at birth.
Okay.
She was my first pregnancy.
That's the 3. Okay.
I can't think of another 3.
Okay. 3. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the 30th.
Okay.
Okay. You still hold her. You still hold her, and you still hold that feeling of her in the belly. Okay, this is what she wants you to know. This was not about you. You didn't do anything wrong there. This wasn't about you. You agreed to allow her to come through as it was like a one up of her soul is the way that she's saying. It's like she needed that quick death, that stillbirth, to advance, and she did. That's why I'm seeing her as older. So it advanced her.
So you think she's living here on the earth? Okay.
No, she needed it for the other side.
Oh.
She needed that experience. For you to agree to it, and of course you agreed to it before you even came down.
Yes.
It was something that would heal your soul as well.
It did.
Right. So I feel like you're not done with that yet.
I'm not.
But you can be, because you didn't do anything wrong. That's what I feel like needs to be healed, is that there was never any confirmation that, like, well, this is just a defect, and oh my gosh, did I do something? But you didn't. She came stillborn to help advance her own soul. You did her a huge favor. Letting her come through you was a huge favor. But it wasn't about you.
Does she know who I am?
She was the first fucking one to come through. Yes.
Who I am.
Yes, but that's why she's coming in as older. That's why she's coming in as older, is because now she helps guide you. That's part of the exchange. So no, she didn't leave you. And what you did, she wants me to keep reiterating this. Like, this is very important. If you don't listen to anything else that we talk about, you did her a huge favor by allowing her to come through you. You helped her soul advance. Do I completely understand what that means? I don't. but you didn't do anything wrong.
So, my sister has Down syndrome, and my daughter that died had Down syndrome. And so, I was kind of made to feel like my genes were bad.
Right.
The doctor said I would never be able to have a healthy child. All of my children would have Down syndrome and would probably die. I went on to have 4 healthy children.
Right.
But that was one of the few times in my life that I contemplated suicide.
Right.
Because I was like, I'm just going to bring all these babies into the world that are just going to keep dying.
Right.
But I wanted her so bad.
Right.
I love my sister with Down syndrome.
Right.
She's my favorite person in the world.
Right.
And so, funny, I named my daughter Monroe. And we lived in Cleveland, Ohio at the time. This was 17 years ago. And when I got divorced, I called my realtor and told her, I said, I want a lot of property. I want a tree-lined driveway. I want a pond. I want a white farmhouse. And I know this is going to take years to find. And she said, oh, I already know where it is. I'm going to take you there this week. I already have it. I was like, no way. And she brought me here. And I was like, okay, what is the... Yes.
Right.
I fell in love with it. But I was so nervous because I was like, can I, as a single woman, really manage all of this and handle all of this? And I said, what's the address? And she told me, Monroe, North Carolina.
Right.
And I just knew,
Right.
this is my baby.
Right.
And
Right.
and I will take care of her. I cut all the grass and take care of her as if she's my own, and like she's my baby. And I have a statue of my daughter in a water fountain up there at the front of the house, just to remind me all the time that this was because of her.
Right.
And I think she guided me here.
Yeah, because you needed that distance. You needed that distance.
Yeah.
Now, is your ex still in Ohio?
No, he's in Waxhaw.
He's in Waxhaw. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was it that you needed that distance from? Because there is a thing that you needed to separate from.
I lived in my old neighborhood that my ex and I lived in for 10 years.
Okay.
And I was the social committee chair and like the mayor of the neighborhood for 10 years and the welcome committee member, and made everyone feel welcomed. But my oldest child tried to commit suicide. And long story short, I needed to get out of that school and the neighborhood.
Okay.
And I needed to find peace for her and the whole family.
Right.
And a different school. There were a lot of rumors, and it was embarrassing for them. So
he followed you down.
Oh no, my ex-husband and I moved down when we were married.
Okay.
And then he moved out of the house, but into the neighborhood next door. And but when this happened with my oldest child, we needed a change.
Right.
I needed peace and a healing environment. So I found this.
But you haven't really started your healing yet. You talk about it, which is the very first thing.
Okay.
But they're looking at you to go a little deeper than what you are. You're still on the surface. You haven't tapped in. You haven't went all the way in yet. And I think that that's why your daughter came in first, because like that scarred your heart so much.
For sure.
That it's really difficult to open that wound up again. To open your heart in that way, because what if another shoe drops? What if some other tragedy, and holy shit,
Yeah.
can I deal with that? And I've seen your videos.
Oh, you have?
I have.
Okay.
And you only scratch the surface.
That's amazing.
You know it.
I would love to go deeper. I'm on a journey.
Right. And, you know, I think when you get into that heart space, this is the way she's showing it to me. She's showing it to me as not having a scar from her.
Mm-hmm.
Zipper. You need to change the scar and make it into a zipper so that you can open and shut it. I know that you think that you're going deep now. I do know that. Because we all think that, we all think that.
Yes.
But you've got another level.
Wow.
And it's there. You're not going to be forced to do it. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's all going to mesh in.
Baby steps.
Right. It's a baby step process. Keep doing exactly what you're doing. But just each time, go into it from, I'm coming to you from my heart center. I'm coming to you from my heart center. All right. I'm getting something here for you. What's going on with the throat chakra? And let me tell you what I keep feeling like. I keep feeling like there's something that you want to say, not to me, but there's something that you're wanting to say, and you're choked back.
Yeah. So I'm on TikTok, Hope with Holly, talking to women about having to have hope. But what people don't know is the story of my child who tried to commit suicide, and how I started it the day they went, this past November, the day that they went into a rehab facility. And I thought my child might never survive. But I started making all these TikToks for other teenagers, other people, to have hope and to not give up on life and stuff. But I can't talk about it publicly because my child isn't ready for me to talk about their suicide attempts, and that they are also now a trans boy.
So
I feel silenced.
Okay. So why don't you could still make it a discussion, just not about your child.
Yeah.
You could bring it into a forefront of, I just heard on the news, every day kids are killing themselves.
Yes.
You could bring that in of, how can I help you today?
Yeah.
That kind of.
I feel.
So, you know what they're saying to me? Aliana, I don't mean to cut you off, but here's what they're saying to me. Remember when I was talking about working in service?
Yes.
You're kind of working in service.
Definitely.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You've got a platform and you've got the people, but you're only scratching the surface.
Yes.
You're not really talking about the things you really want to talk about.
Yes. I was in a marriage for 20 years that had a lot of difficulties, and I don't talk about that because out of respect for him and my children. My kids silence me a lot on what I can and cannot say on TikTok regarding them and just different things. So I feel very silenced because I am
like me.
Just, right. And so I'm always, instead of just moving in the spirit and speaking whatever, I'm constantly having to check myself. Can I say that? Can I say this? Can I say that? Am I offending somebody? Am I going to hurt somebody? Am I going to betray somebody? Da, 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 da. And that's not comfortable for me.
Right. So that's why I'm feeling like the way that I'm feeling. That's why, like, you're only scratching the surface.
Yeah.
So
I believe I'm gonna get there, but I need their permission for a lot of the things.
So, is there a way that you can talk about it without making it personal.
I will figure that out. I'll figure that out.
Because these are the issues that you know about.
Mm-hmm.
You know about a stillborn baby.
Yes.
How many women could you help with that?
I have talked about that a couple of times, and it does get enormous responses.
Right.
And quite honestly, it overwhelms me. I fall back into this.
I think that's where they're showing me the zipper.
The
zipper. Yeah.
I can't. The amount of women that come out of the woodwork talking about their pain and their child loss. It takes me right back to that.
Right.
In the worst time of my entire life.
Right.
And I've been through lots of hard times.
Right.
But that was the worst, losing a child that I wanted so desperately.
Right.
That I thought was she had Down syndrome. And I thought I was so blessed and lucky to have that child.
And you were, and now she's on the other side.
Yeah.
Protecting you and helping guide you.
Yeah.
And getting you to Monroe.
And that feels strange because I want to be protecting her.
No, but that was never the agreement.
That was not the agreement.
You gotta stop. That was never the agreement. The agreement was she was gonna come through you, and you agreed to that to help her soul.
Okay.
To help her progress. Again, I don't understand it. Maybe the way that in a great way to explain it to you, all I can tell you is the way that she's telling it to me.
Okay.
Have you tried hypnosis?
No, that would be awesome.
All right, let's do this real quick. I'm going to do this okay?
Okay.
And this is a very easy exercise. Here's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Feet flat on the ground, thinking about your feet. Shut your eyes and think about your feet. So right now I have my shoes off.
Do you want my shoes off?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'm thinking about the grass and I'm thinking about my feet, right? Just my feet, okay? Now, Holly, here's what we're going to do. And this is very quick and it's very easy. Think about where your hands are. And you are in the right now. And now I want you to see the calendar and flip those pages back 17 years ago on May 30th. And I want you to look at that baby and knowing that she's passed away. And I want you to look at all of the things that you've learned, flipping that calendar forward, remembering that that was the most tragic day. But also look at how your heart has healed. And look at all the joy that has come. And look at how the doctors didn't know shit. And look at where your life is today. Now, what I want you to do is, you can say it out loud, you can say it in your mind. I want you to just say thank you. Thank you to her.
Thank you, Monroe.
Thank you for teaching me all of the lessons and how to be brave.
Yes, thank you for teaching me all of the lessons and how to be brave. And also, if I may add, to know that there's nothing I can't get through in life.
Right.
Because that was the hardest.
Right. So, from the perspective of handing her over and knowing that you're going to walk out of that hospital without her, now I want you to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, Holly. Take a deep breath. Now come back to thinking only about your feet. Think about your feet. Now, when I tell you to, you're going to open your eyes and you are going to immediately find 3 things around you and identify them. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes and say 3 things out loud.
Tree.
Look at them. Look at them.
Tree. Water. Sun.
Now go to your feet. Thinking about your feet. So what this does is it reframes that day.
Yeah.
It reframes it where it's not the hardest day of your life. It was the day that you learned the most valuable lessons.
I did.
It was your first day of college.
It really was. It changed my whole life.
Right. So when you're doing that, so the whole purpose is thinking about that moment and reframing it into something beautiful instead of something tragic.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about your feet, you're bringing yourself back into the present. You know how I know you need that?
Right.
Right now.
Yes.
This card is about right now. Okay?
Yeah.
So, there are times in life that really fucking suck.
Yeah.
And then when we go back and look at them, we're able to reframe them in a, you know, I do the same thing with my ex-husband the day I found out that he was going to have me murdered.
Oh, God.
Right.
Oh, God.
Right. And he and the woman that he was cheating on me with. Right. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Not a blanket thank you, from the deepest part of me. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you for allowing these beautiful children that I have to have some separation from this narcissistic piece of shit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's that reframe. And when you go and it's not as tragic,
yeah,
that's when the healing starts.
Yeah. Yeah. So knowing that she's here with me.
Right. But
and has changed. I mean, my life drastically changed after that.
But it was supposed to.
Yes, it really was.
It was like a divorce. Death and divorce are the same thing.
Yes. I divorced the church.
Yes.
That's what happened. I walked away from the church.
Painful.
Which was my whole identity. My degree in biblical studies, my job, my whole family. I walked away from the church.
Right. You had to.
Yes. And I decided to create a different kind of church.
Right.
Just a community of women,
right,
loving each other and supporting each other and helping each other through dark times in our lives,
right,
like what I went through. And it has been the most authentic, freeing, soul-filling thing.
right,
I just love women.
right.
I grew up with sisters and just, I love women. I love doing this.
So you found a path. You found a purpose.
I did. Yeah.
That's the best.
That is the best.
But if you want to truly do this,
yeah,
you're going to have to tap into that authenticity that can be quite raw.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that you have to say certain things, Holly.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't mean that you have to divulge all of the information, but there are topics and issues that you want to discuss.
Yeah.
And you are being silenced.
I am.
And that's like enough of that. That is not what we came here for. Find your purpose.
Yeah.
And then have a family meeting of, okay guys, this is the way that this is going to go. And I'm sorry if you're not happy about it, but okay. But that's the way it is.
Yes. Listen, that was my number one goal today, was to know that she was here.
She's actually, like, I'm telling you, when she came and like I just kept hearing mother, 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 I'm thinking it's your mother because she feels older to me. She doesn't feel like an infant that's passed away.
17 years old.
But she feels older than you.
Older than me.
That's why I say she's your guide. Like, not your guide. But she is somebody that would, hey, no. Let's go this way. let's go this way. Remember my friend that passed away?
Yeah.
I never hear from him, but let me tell you who I do hear from. I do hear from Tom Bivens, who was my first love. I was 14.
Ah,
He
really?
had cystic fibrosis and he was going to die every day. The doctors told him next year you're going to die every year. Because back then you didn't live past 18.
Right.
Never a sexual relationship. But I know that we've had past lives. He is always the number one person that comes through in a reading.
Really?
Yes. He always comes through smoking a cigarette. He had cystic fibrosis.
Oh my
and smoked.
gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So you never really know how they're going to come back, but let her guide you. Reframe how you feel about her.
I will.
Because right now, when you think about her, it hurts.
Yeah.
You've got to reframe that. That's not a hurtful thing, especially when you did her a favor. Like, you did something so spectacular. You let her come through your body. That's pretty fucking spectacular.
Yeah. I wanted her so bad.
And you still got her.
Yeah.
Like, you know those points when she's guiding you.
I do.
Like, you know.
She guided me here.
I could believe that. This is a gorgeous place.
I couldn't believe it at first. I was like, this is the first place you showed me, and this is my dream, and this is exactly what I want. This can't be real. So
Okay.
I told my realtor, I'm like, we have to look at other stuff. So we went for 6 more weeks looking at
In
50,
this market, this place wouldn't
50
still be
more
here.
homes. I know. And I just kept coming back to this.
Yeah.
My ex-husband didn't want me to buy it because it was 30 minutes from his house. And I was like, I understand that. You want to be close to your kids, and I have a heart for that, but I gotta be here.
Yeah, but 30 minutes gives you enough separation
I
from
know. Yes.
him. Right.
Yes, exactly. So
And it's close enough that,
yes.
yeah.
So I went with my gut.
Right.
I knew the moment I heard that this was in the town of Monroe.
Right.
I was like, this is
Right.
it. It was wonderful.
That
Thank
is-
you.
You are so welcome.